What up, though? I just had a dream about, I don't know, probably a little over a couple hours ago. Matter of fact, it was probably about an hour ago. It's weird. I was at this warehouse, and it was like I had hit this white dude with my forklift, and then I jumped off the forklift. It was like I ran into him by mistake, then I jumped off the forklift, and then it's like I was looking for the office to talk to the people, like in the supervisor. And after that, I ended up in this like break room type of area. It was like a lobby area, like a break room type of area. And it was somebody hacking into my Galaxy 15, and I didn't have my Galaxy 15 with me, but somehow it was on a TV. And it was 3 other people in there, and I was like, all right, y'all are witness now. Y'all see this shit happening. It was somebody literally like hacking into my Galaxy 15, yo. And I didn't have it on me, but it was like the actual the screen, the front screen, like the screensaver of my cell phone was on the TV. And somebody kept on like hacking into it. They was like sending out messages. They was online. They was doing all kind of shit. And there was 3 other people, and I'm like, all right, y'all see this, right? Y'all see this happening? That's my cell phone. Y'all see this, right? And this one lady was like, yeah, I see it. I see it. This older lady was like, yeah, I see it. I see what they doing. I see what's going on. That was on my Galaxy 15. That was what the dream specified. You know what I'm saying? And then I ended up like walking. I was around like this area that was like, I saw like some trailers, but they was like an actual house, like a house to live in. It was like a shelter, but it was like trailers that was connected to each other. You know what I'm saying? It was like a shelter, but it was like trailers connected to each other. And I saw, a nigga I used to hang out with back in the day when I was in like my early 20s or late teens, like 18, 19, 20. You know what I'm saying? 18, 19 years older. Then also at the age of 23 years older. Then also at the age of 28, I hung out with this nigga, Cam. And he had a couch. He was moving a couch in. He was picking up a couch. He was trying to move a couch into this shelter area or something like that. And when I saw him, I walked back into the like shelter area or the trailer to try to like see him on the other side, because I saw him outside moving it in. So then I walked inside to like see him if he was in the hallway, and he wasn't in the hallway. Then I walked back outside and I didn't see him no more. And then I ended up being like at the back of the shelter. It was like an office area back there, people that was like social workers and stuff. And I was talking to this one dude, and I was like, yeah, I don't know where my social worker, I don't really see her. And there was 2 other ladies that was in the office area. And he was like, yeah, there go mine right there. He was talking about some lady that was a social worker or whatever. And then he walked inside of the office and closed the door behind him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know who that nigga was. I didn't know who the dude was in that dream, but I did recognize Cam. And then I was in the house with my brother, Scooter, you feel me? And Scooter's like, I'm about to go to work, you know what I'm saying? He was on his way to work. It was in the morning time. And I heard my car start, my old 2018 Charger RT. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it was about that car. Anytime I ever heard that car start back in the day, I just knew it was my car. Now it could have been somebody else who had a Scat Pack or a motherfucking Hellcat, anything. Anytime I heard that car start, it was just like I knew that was my whip. That was like back in the day when I was driving it around or something. Like, let's say if I had started it with the app with the wireless app to just start it, you know what I'm saying, with the Wi-Fi that I had connected to like the car app, the Dodge app, the Mopar app. If anybody else started their car, I just recognized that sound. I don't know why. Even though that's the same make and all of that. So my brother was like, yeah, I'm about to go to work. And I walked outside, and the way that my car looked, it was like, I ain't got that car no more, but it was like, it had been sitting there for years, yo. And I remember saying, like, I got to find a way to turn this car so don't nobody try to steal it, because I was in Detroit. I don't know where I was at, but I was in Detroit. My brother had left. It was early in the morning, yo. my brother left in the morning. He said he was going to work, and I went outside. I went in the backyard, and my car was started, and it had like a whole bunch of ice on the window and shit. It was like a bunch of ice. So I started pouring like warm water on the window to try to basically like remove the ice out the way so I could open up the car. And then I realized, oh damn, I ain't even got to do that. I could just like, cause the ice, where the ice was at, I thought the ice was covering the whole car, but it was actually just covering that window part. And then I opened up the door, and the driver part of my car had a black cover over it. It was like a plastic black cover over the driver's side. And I would have had to move that out the way to turn the car off. And I hesitated when I basically opened up my car door, and it was like a black cover over it. It was like a plastic cover. It wasn't necessarily it wasn't like a shower curtain. It was like a hard type of form of plastic. You know what I'm saying? It was like a perfect example. It was kind of sort of like this material right here, like a plastic tub, but except it was carved in like a cover. And it was on my driver's side. It was on the driver's side of my Charger, and I would have had to have moved that out the way to basically get inside of the car and turn it off. And I hesitated because I was like, "Yo, this car been sitting here for years." You know what I'm saying? And ain't no telling what the hell is in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I woke up. You know what I mean? I woke up, and it was some type of like small little motor type of a vehicle or something like that basically was pressed against the front of my car. You know what I'm saying? It looked like a small tractor or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or like, the way it looked like it had like a dolly or something at the bottom of it. Basically, whatever was parked there, it was basically parked in front of that car to keep it there. You know what I'm saying? And I woke up, yo. That shit was weird as hell. That whole dream was just weird. It was weird as shit. It was weird. So I don't know what that vision meant. I don't know what that dream meant. But when I think about a couch and Cam, I remember one time I was at Cam crib when he stayed on Sorrento, on Chicago and Sorrento. I used to like sit on that couch and smoke with him or whatever. I don't know, yo. Like, I don't know what all is going on. I don't know what the hell going on. You feel me? But I did speak on how in 2024, late June, when I got back to Michigan, the first person I ran into was this nigga named Mook that we also used to hang out with back in the day. And Mook told me that he said that I tried to rape some girl that Cam knew, or that was like Cam's brother's ex-girl or girlfriend or baby mom. I'm like, nigga, that's a whole bold-faced lie. Not even almost a little bit of a lie. That's a whole lie, nigga. And when I kept asking him about it, I was like, man, give me your number. I took his number down, called him up. Mook changed his story up like 3 times, yo. Changed his story up like 3 times. And I even told Mook, I was like, bro, that's how you know this shit is a lie, bro. It was so crazy. What's even more crazy about that situation is Cam told me that he had sex with that girl. That same girl. That, like, he told me that back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Back in 2018, I mean. So, I ain't trying to, like, put nobody on blast or no shit like that, but I don't know what all happened. I do remember one time waking up on West Chicago and Schaefer at the gas station that was over there. And, I woke up to this Arabic dude. He was either Arabic or Chaldean. He was from the Middle East. I know that. He was from one of the Middle Eastern Asia countries. I woke up to this dude holding a chopper, holding an AK-47. He was like, wake up, man. They were trying to kill you. They were trying to kill you. Wake up. And it was this younger dude. He was younger than me. I was 28 at the time. This is, July. Damn, dog. I think this was July 31st. I forgot the exact day, yo. I used to know the exact day. I think this was July 31st, 2018. I don't want to get the dates mixed up. It was either July 29th or July 31st. Probably was the 31st of July. I'm not certain. I don't remember. But I don't know who was trying to rob me that night, but you know, I was in so much of a different state of mind back in 2018. When he told me that, I just shrugged my shoulders and said, "Oh well," and just kept it moving. I didn't even care. Like I just said, "Oh well." You're like, hey, it be like that sometimes. But I did come back the next day and tell that dude, "Thank you." You know what I'm saying? Thank you for like saving my life and all that. And I spoke on that story before. It was a whole lot of more stuff that I added into that story when I told that story back in 2023, I think, 2023 or 2024, when I was still living in St. George, South Carolina. But I don't know what that dream was about. I don't know what that vision was about. But it's a lot of crazy stuff going on, and I'm grateful that God told me, like, you know, you see everything, and people just not getting away with the stuff they think they're getting away with. You know what I'm saying? The whole time I was in Cali, I got lied on. Look, man, if it's somebody saying that they got impregnated by me in California, I've been lied on, I've been framed. If somebody has taken my sperm any type of way in California, that means I got raped in my sleep. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of weird shit going on, you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people was making up a lie about me and trying to make it look like that they was real cool with me and I was bad talking like family members of mine. As long as I can remember, people has done that shit. Went behind my back, tried to scandalize my, like, somebody that I was related to or some lady that I was talking to, tried to play some type of game and make things worse for me and my family. Yo, that's why I've been praying mainly specifically for my mom and my sisters as a lady, because I feel like, you know, it ain't the visions and the dreams that I've had. I've had visions and dreams of my mom and my sisters asking me for help in Cali, yo. Like, asking me to help them, like, begging me for help and stuff like that. And I said it was like at one point in time when I was at the tiny home shelter, I kept smelling my mama fragrance. You know what I'm saying? I personally believe that, like, it was this one lady that smelled just like my mom perfume. I got a very sensitive nose, yo. So I got a photographic memory, but like, put it like this: if I smell a certain scent 10 years ago and somebody come back around me with that same scent, it would bring back memories of that day and stuff like that. And I could probably remember exactly like who had that type of perfume or that cologne on and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I can just remember what something smell like. It's like it's something about my memory that be connected to that. But yeah, yo, that whole dream was weird. But I talked about how in 2016, when I first started working at Pepsi, this one white dude told a bold-faced lie on me. You know what I'm saying? He almost ran me over with a damn forklift, and you know what I'm saying? I basically got into it with him about that, and he tried to switch the story up, and then he made up a lie and said I called him a dirty Republican. That was a bold-faced lie. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? It was one particular time I was working at Pepsi. I was around like the Canopy area at Pepsi, and it was this one dude that was like putting beverages in a refrigerator, and I was like slowly but surely like easing up on my forklift, and I didn't realize that I was like slowly but surely like pushing him into like the refrigerator area with the fork. I had like a pallet jack. It wasn't like a forklift you sit on. It was one you stand on. It was like, hey, you pushing it, man. You pushing it. I was like, oh, my bad. But he ain't get hurt or nothing like that. It was like one of them slow accelerated, you know, type of motions. You feel me? And when I realized, I was like, oh, now if I kept going, yeah, he would have got hurt. But it was just like I was pushing like a refrigerator on the other side of him. So I don't know if that has something to do with the dream. I'm not certain. That was this dude named John that worked at the Pepsi warehouse. You know what I'm saying? But I got into it with this white dude named Chris that worked at the Pepsi warehouse in 2016. That was with my sister that helped me type that whole paper out. You know, about like, you know, getting discriminated against, people making up lies, trying to make it about politics. And like I said, I ain't gotten into politics since 2016. But, you know, that one dude that just told a lie said that I called him a certain slur that I didn't call him. You know what I'm saying? Because even when I did vote, even when I was voting, I didn't discriminate against people. I didn't take shots at people. I didn't talk down on people. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I just kept my vote to myself and to whoever else I was talking to about it and left it at that. So that was another reason why I spoke on. It was one day when I was at the motherfucking testimonial shelter, and I spoke with that one gay dude that used to be recording people all the time at nighttime. It just made me uncomfortable, dog. And it was one day I was in the lunchroom and I saw this one lady prepare like this great big meal for him, and I just looked over and I laughed. I laughed like in agreement with the other niggas that was also in the other ladies that was in that lunchroom, because everybody was saying, well, like, why is she giving this dude this great big meal right here. You know what I'm saying? And then I like literally like a couple minutes later, I came up to her and I was like, "Hey, can I get a tray? You know, I ain't ate nothing today." You know what I'm saying? I just walked in the lunchroom not too long ago, and she slapped the food down on the table, and then she came and sat down at the table after that. It was like it just asked me if I was voting for Donald Trump, and I'm like, I'm not voting at all. You know what I'm saying? But why did you say it like that? Like, why did you say it like you already knew that I was gonna do something, so you already knew that that's what I was voting for. You know what I'm saying? So I think, like I said, I think a lot got told on me at one point in time, and people was trying to make me look like that I was like heavy into politics. I might get into politics in the future as far as like voting more and stuff like that, but these last honestly, last time I really voted was in 2016. I registered to vote in 2020, but I didn't make it to vote in time. But I might like start looking more into that stuff. I also said I might start reading the Bible more, because I ain't, you know what I'm saying, I don't think I can name the whole 10 Bible scriptures. But the whole point I'm making is I don't really get into like these last few years of my life, I really haven't been into politics and nothing like that. I've been focused on just trying to progress for the better, yo. But a lot of people saw me just on this walk with God, and a lot of people came along and tried to lie on me and frame me and sabotage me, and a lot of them wasn't related to me, yo. I learned that shit. I learned that shit the hard way, because, like I said, when I moved to Cali, it's 10 million people that stay in Cali. Every single day, my phone was getting hacked. I thought at first that somebody was making up a lie about me, saying, "Oh, that nigga snitching, that nigga is an informant or something." I thought people saying that dumb shit, because I heard them dumbass rumors before. So when my phone first started getting hacked, I thought people was just trying to see if I was doing something perverted, or looking at somebody that was under the age of 18 possibly, or doing some scandalous shit, talking shit about somebody. So I said, okay, whoever hacked my phone, all they go see is a few Instagram models, a couple ladies on YouTube talking about God. You know, maybe you may see a couple pornos of some of these ladies squirting or something like that. You know, or you know, you may see a few of that, but that's as much as you go see. But after a few months, I realized, oh hell no, they no longer trying to see if I'm on some bullshit. That would have been seen, you know, in a matter of 1 week. They're trying to frame me. You know what I'm saying? There's people actually trying to frame me, and reaching out to other people everywhere I go and telling them also, yeah, frame that guy. It's a fucking, I don't know how the hell that just happened, dog. A wasp flew through the window and it's crawling on my damn foot, yo. I ain't never that. Not bullshit. I don't even know where this motherfucker came from. So that motherfucker flew on my foot. Damn, where'd it go? Oh shit. This motherfucker, you see this shit, dog? Where is that? So that dream that I had back in the day, it was a big spider and a smaller spider trying to trap this wasp. This motherfucker buzzing like a motherfucker. It was a big spider and a smaller spider trying to trap this wasp in the spider web. And I was looking at it happening, and I was watching that shit like, oh shit, because the wasp kept on like flying off, and they kept on trying to trap it, kept on trying to trap it. And then both of the spiders started attacking me. And a voice like spoke out of me, was like, no, you crazy. You attacking me now. Like, no. And then I basically like let the wasp go. I just let that wasp go, you know what I'm saying? I was gonna kill it, but I just let that wasp go. And I remember, like, after I left the Watts, I was like, dang, I wonder if that Watts server got like free all the way, you know what I'm saying? And I woke up. But I truly believe that dream was basically a representation of, you know, God telling me that I don't know what that I don't know yet, yo. I don't know what that dream meant yet. I personally feel like that dream was saying, me personally, I think that dream was saying that there were certain ladies making up lies about me. Some lady took my nut and basically trapped me. You know, somebody raped me in my sleep. Some lady took my nut and trapped me. You know what I'm saying? And gave it to somebody else. No, I think some lady basically staged like some type of a rape. You know what I'm saying? Like took my nut, gave it, and then whoever did whatever, somebody put something in my food, probably put something in my drink, took my nut, gave it to somebody, and then made up a real fucked up ass lie about me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that was God saying, I was gonna let you, you know, struggle a little bit, but, you know, since they keep doing this shit, since they keep on basically attacking you and then using the judicial system to attack you, because when you use the judicial system to attack somebody, it's people that work. It's people that work for like certain jobs. They know what's going on, dog. They know what's going on. It's no way I'm having dreams of my loved ones begging me for help in California. And if something messed up is possibly happening to them, or if it's a lookalike acting like my family, there's no way people don't know about it. There's no way you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is, if it's somebody hacking my phone with face recognition or voice recognition, it's no way that people work for cyber hacker agencies don't know. They know what's going on. So I think that, you know, God just allowed me to see how real this world is, how compact this world is, how literally synchronized this world is, as far as people putting literally everything before God, yo. It's a lot of people in this world that will put everything before God. You know what I'm saying? As long as they feel like they can manipulate you to the majority of the people that they talking to, they can make you look bad, they'll go with that. So, on the 29th of June, I woke up. I ejaculated in my sleep. I truly believe that somebody had did something to me in my sleep. That's why I went to 3 different emergency rooms. That's why I went to Haven. That's why I went to made a police report right after that, because I thought something happened to me in my sleep. And I said, there's no way you could hide that if somebody did that. And what made me so paranoid was I was thinking somebody took my nut and then gave it to somebody else. Some lady could come forth in the next 10 months from now and say that she got a baby by me or some shit like that, and be making up a bold-faced lie. Or even worse, some girl that's under the age of 18 is probably walking around right now saying that she got impregnated by me, and that's a whole bold-faced lie. Main reason being because somebody in California probably raped me in my sleep, took my sperm and gave it to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Think about how evil that is. So they looking at me and they saying, we don't give a fuck about your life. We don't give a fuck about your freedom. We don't give a fuck about what people say about you. We just care about that nut going up in that lady and her getting impregnated and going from there. You know what I'm saying? And I think God saying, okay, you exhausted all of your helpful options, meaning you reached out for help. You begged for help. You begged, you know, for these people to actually come forth and stop doing what they was doing. You reasoned with everybody and apologized and said it's all love and forgiveness to your whole family and God bless to your whole family. You basically did everything you could do. You know what I'm saying? And you prayed for everybody on top of that. So I feel like God is saying, okay, now I'm out to intervene. You know what I'm saying? Because before destruction come warning. When it come to God, anytime in the Bible, when there was ever some type of destruction that was by the hands of God, it was always warning first. So I personally feel like God is just saying, okay, like I gave them their chance, yo. I gave them their chance. You feel me? I've been celibate for over 3 years. I've been sober for over 2 years, yo. I've been practicing semen retention for over 19 months now, you feel me? That is not easy to do. You know what I'm saying? I'll be seeing some of the baddest bitches, you know what I'm saying, and I'll be wanting to fuck. I'll be seeing some of the most beautiful women, even around here at this apartment complex, and I'll be like, damn, she's sexy as fuck. Like, those thoughts go through my mind on a regular, and it be bothering me sometimes, because it's been times I just kept it still respectfully cordial, and I'd say, hey, what's going on, sweetheart? What's going on, baby? How y'all day going? You know what I'm saying? How y'all ladies doing? And then some lady would jump online and try to make me look thirsty. So it's been times I said, damn, I can't even compliment you and say you beautiful without you trying to make me look like some extra thirsty ass nigga, like some thirst trap, some walking thirst trap. Like, yo, come on, yo. So, again, I think that dream that I had about God letting that wasp go, you know what I'm saying? I said before that I lied and I said it was a dragonfly. God did use a dragonfly to tell me to leave Carolina, but it wasn't a dragonfly that was in that dream. It was a wasp. That was crazy, yo, what just happened. I was talking and the wasp just flew on my left foot. You know what I'm saying? That was weird as hell, yo. But yeah, I think that dream was basically saying that a lot of these ladies is lying on you or trying to trap you and stuff like that. So, all right, I'm gonna just let you move out the way. Or maybe something happened recently in Michigan, and there's people lying on me, trying to frame me or sabotage me or some type of bullshit. And I don't know. Maybe God could be telling me like, all right, no, move out the way. I'm about to do my thing. Maybe so. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out and just follow what God's telling me to do. But man, look. People thought they could play me for a fool. It's a lot of people that think that because I'm not a part of some brotherhood, a lot of people think because I'm not in a gang or a part of a fraternity or a cult, people think they can insult my intelligence, yo. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm not a part of some world that you in or some gang world that you in or whatever, that don't mean I'm a fool. I still grew up on the west side of Detroit. I'm still observing, yo. I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I'm not the wisest guy in the world, but I could tell when there's some bullshit floating around me. I could tell when people trying to frame me. I could tell when people lying on me. You know what I'm saying? I could tell when there's people moving in an organized way and they reaching out to other people and they telling other people, hey, yeah, bro, yeah, hold that nigga back. Do this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? I could tell that. You feel me? So, again, yo, I saw Cam holding on to this, like, he was carrying some couch or some, like, shelter area or something like that. He was moving some couch in some area. Look, Cam, I ain't seen that nigga since 2018. I ain't talked to that nigga since 2023 or late 2022, I believe. I don't know what's going on with that nigga. I don't know what's going on with that man. But as far as that accusation that happened on me, like stating that I tried to do something to that one girl that was at his crib that day, no, yo, that was a whole lie, a bold-faced lie. You feel me? As a matter of fact, he told me he hit her. He told me he had sex with her because he told me she like, he said something like she kept squirting or something like that. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to dog, but look, it's a lot of foul stuff going on. And every single look, I've moved to Michigan. I mean, I've moved to Florida. People in Michigan start bad talking to me to people in Florida. I moved, came back to Michigan, went back to Florida. Went to South Carolina. People in Michigan was bad talking to me to people in South Carolina. Went from South Carolina to Michigan to California. People in Michigan was bad talking to me to people in California. I'm sick of this shit, yo. I'm tired of people like they don't see what's going on. They don't know what's going on. Like I said, yo, like I've been praying mainly specifically for my family as of lately, like my mom and my sisters, because even though I had ups and downs with them and all of that, God let it be known to me. He real unhappy about how a lot of people been lying on me, trying to frame me and stuff like that. So I be praying for them a lot because I've had visions of them like asking me for help and stuff like that. And no matter what the situation is, I never approve of somebody trying to hurt, you know, the women in my family. That ain't never been me. I never approve of somebody trying to hurt the men in my family. You feel me? But I've been always just a little bit more overprotective when it come to, you know, like, you know, my sisters and stuff like that, my moms. Because I used to see when I was younger, like it used to be some niggas that used to just move in a bitch made way. So some niggas used to actually purposely start stuff with me. And then then when they realize that they didn't get a rise out of me, or they probably got more than what they expected, they'll try to go talk to some lady that I was having sex with. You know what I'm saying? They'll try to get at some lady that I was having, or some lady that I'm related to. That's a coward move, yo. So, God bless to everybody, yo. I'm not like this video is not, to start no bullshit or nothing like that. God bless to everybody. I'm just trying to figure things out, figure out what God's telling me. I just had these dreams literally just a couple hours ago, and I'm just trying to find God, figure out what God is telling me. And again, yo, it was a wasp like fighting with these two spiders, you know what I'm saying? And I kept watching the wasp fight with. It was a big spider and a little spider. It was a big spider and a smaller spider. And then the spiders start attacking God. I mean, my bad. God forgive me. In Jesus' name, forgive me for what I just said. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. God, the way I interpreted that dream, what I believe that dream was telling me was, I could be wrong, but what I think that dream was telling me was, it was basically people attacking me. And I thought the wasp was a representation of me, because I feel like that was God telling me, you stung people before too. You know what I'm saying? You ain't perfect. You stung people before too. Like, you a born sinner. You know what I'm saying? But because you got people going above and beyond, keep on lying on you, trying to frame you and sabotage you, this time I'm gonna let you go. That's what I believed. That's what I thought. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that watching that wasp get attacked by those two spiders, and then the two spiders stop attacking the wasp, and then they start attacking me, I feel like that was probably like God telling me, like, because a voice spoke out of me, it was like, no, you attacking me now. And then I moved the wasp out the way and moved it out the way. I thought that was God, like, giving me a metaphor of, like, they start, or maybe it's not God, because God can do all things. God can become whatever he want to become. So maybe it wasn't necessarily God in that vision that he was saying. Maybe that was just God saying they're trying to attack something way bigger now. Maybe that was a representation of, like, God's purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you attack him is one thing, but then you start attacking God's purpose, that's another thing. Maybe it was that. I don't know. I'm not certain. But I'm in my Auntie Yang Yi crib right now. I'm at the Regal Towers in Southfield. You feel me? And like I said, on the 29th of June, I woke up. I realized I ejaculated out of my sleep. I woke up and I realized it wasn't a dream, because I didn't even have a lustful dream. It wasn't like I thought. It wasn't like I saw some lady laying down ass naked or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I was just asleep and I felt myself ejaculating. And I was laying on my stomach. And when I woke up, I got mad. I got paranoid. I got frantic. And I started that's why just literally last night when I recorded the video, I got my auntie telling me, I made sure I recorded her telling me nobody came in here on the 29th. That's why I got my little cousin in the video, and I'm asking him, did somebody come here on the 29th? Because between 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and I was like, oh, that wasn't a dream. I actually did ejaculate in my pants. I actually did bust a nut in my boxer shorts. You know what I'm saying? So, but that dream that I had that dream, I think, in 2023. Either 2023 or 2024, about the wasp and the two spiders. So I think that dream was saying, it's probably it's some ladies out here that's, like, still lying on me, trying to make it look like that I impregnated them. I think it's some lady saying that she holding my baby right now or something like that. And behind closed doors, somebody, like, put something in my drink. Somebody put something in my water. Put something in my bottle of water. Put something in my food. Waited for me to go to sleep, and then whatever they put in my food, made me go into a deep state of unconsciousness. They raped me in my sleep, took my nut, gave it to somebody, and now with somebody running around waiting on somebody else, relying on somebody else to hack my phone. And when they hack my phone, they gonna start socializing with somebody else under my image, under my account, under a falsified, duplicated, created account, or under an account that I already got. And they gonna try to make it look like they socializing with somebody. And then this is gonna be somebody running around saying that they flirted with me, talking to me for like 9 months. And then after about 9 months and they have a baby, they say, yeah, he go lie and say he ain't had sex with me, but he know he had sex with me. This the type of shit people be doing. This the type of shit people in brotherhoods has done. This the type of shit gang members has done to me. And this the type of shit that a lot of people that were a part of like Masons and Eastern Stars, brotherhoods and sisterhoods has covered up. After people that was in gangs did this to me, people that were in a higher authority covered it up. You know what I'm saying? So I think that dream, God knows I'm humble. So I'm a really chill on that. I don't think that dream was saying that was God. I think that was possibly just God saying that was a bigger purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was attacking me. It was one thing to start attacking me, but then I think that dream was a metaphor of saying, okay, now you attacking God's purpose. And I just talked to this nigga Jock yesterday, yo. I talked to Jock yesterday, and that's an old childhood friend of mine. I go back with that nigga further than anybody else. Only one that go back as far as Jock is that nigga Lando. You know, DJ Daquan, that nigga don't go back as far as I go back with like Jock, because I knew Jock since like Jock moved on Schoolcraft in Granville like 1999, I think, or no, I think it was like 2000 or 2001. Lando, his whole family stayed on Schoolcraft in Granville. They was actually they went to VTAR and all that. They go back even further. You know what I'm saying? So I told Jock I had a dream about his sister Jasmine, yo, and she was mad at me, and she had like a bandage around her foot. And she was like, "Don't talk to me, AJ. Don't talk to me." She was mad. I'm like, "Hey, holla at me. What's up? What you mad about, yo?" And she had like a bandage on her foot. But South Carolina wasn't the only place I got framed at. When I moved to California, it got way worse. I thought I was getting framed in South Carolina. When I moved to Cali, it got more organized. Niggas was in whole gangs and was telling people, hey, lie on that man, frame that man, sabotage that man. Like I said, at first I thought people were just making up some bullshit lie about me, and they were saying that I was running around snitching or I was some informant. I wasn't doing none of that shit. I was minding my business. But then when I realized the shit won't stop, when I realized that it was actually people hacking in my phone and trying to socialize with teenagers and frame my image to do that shit, when I realized that I'd be at a bus stop, Next thing you know, some gay man that just come and stand next to me, and I don't even know that they gave that man my phone information because they hacked in my phone. They gave that man my information, and he's standing next to me hacking my phone, acting like he know me. I don't know that somebody took my clothes the night before, and gave it to somebody else, gave it to a gay man, or gave it to some teenager, and tried to frame me. So when I realized that, I was like, fuck no. I reached out to the cyber hacking agency. I said, listen, here's my phone number, here's my IMEI number, here's my Google accounts. My phone getting hacked, people trying to frame me and sabotage me. And not only am I getting framed and sabotaged, people actually trying to physically rape me in my sleep, take my nut, give it to somebody else, frame me, and use the judicial system as a weapon against me to put me in jail or to try to get me killed, because it's certain niggas out here in the streets that can hear something about me and they'll try to take my life if they heard something as foul as me trying to talk to somebody under age 18. You feel me? Or some niggas will take your life if they think that you running around on a down low or something like that. You feel me? So for me to be minding my business and I could just have a regular day and I'll be talking to some lady and she just telling me how her day went. Next thing you know, some gay ass nigga come and stand next to me. You know what I'm saying? Fucking the whole environment up. And he talking with his body language in code to this lady. And he trying to act like he know me or something. And he trying to take a respectful outlook away from me, from that this lady got toward me. You know what I'm saying? Just lying on me. And this man really think because the whole world has accepted him and there's certain laws that cover him that he can do this kind of stuff. I said a long time ago, I'm not racist. I'm not biased. I'm not sexist. I love women. You know what I'm saying? I love all races of people. I'm not homosexual, though. So keep that shit over there for all those men that's trying to inflict that shit on me. Keep that shit over there. That's all I'm saying. Don't try to inflict that on me. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do that, go do that. If I want to go get high or drunk right now, if I want to go have sex right now, I can go do that by myself, and I can go find some lady to have sex with. I can go to the strip club. I can go to the club. I can go to a church and holler at some lady. I can go to a Kingdom Hall and get to know some lady. I can go to a grocery store and get to know some lady. I can go. I've talked to women at all different sceneries. You know what I'm saying? In many different places. So if I want to go have sex, I can easily go do that. Easily. I don't have to try to bring somebody else down and try to tell some other nigga, hey, come with me, bro, and let's go holler at these hoes over here. Hey, come with me, let's get high and drunk. I don't need nobody to do that. So my point is, if you want to be that, go ahead, be that. But don't try to bring other people down with you when you choosing the life that you live in. You feel me? There's plenty of places you can go around people that support that. So don't try to bring some type of derogatory outlook on me because you heard that I was part of the 144,000 Israelites and you want to get your 5 minutes of fame by making up a lie about me. And when it comes to these ladies, don't tell some lie on me and say I tried to rape you or I tried to grab your ass or I sexually assaulted you. Don't tell no lie like that. Don't you dare tell no lie like that. Because a lot of lies got told on me when I was in California. A lot of people realized that I was getting lied on in other states, and when I got to California, it got worse. That's the truth, yo. I'm not gonna get off topic though. God bless to everybody, yo. I'm not trying to use visions or prophecies or God to try to hurt people or bring harm to people, but I'm going through a lot of crazy, messed up stuff right now, yo. So I'm sick of I'm sick of these lies. That's it, yo. So yeah, I think that dream was just saying, you know, a voice spoke out of me and I stopped the spiders from attacking that wasp. And then I was like, no, you attacking me now. And then I let the wasp go. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was just a representation of God saying, okay, was people attacking you? I was giving them a time to repent. You know what I'm saying? I was giving them a chance to repent. You know, I still love them. You're not perfect yourself. No, you still don't deserve to be attacked, but nobody's, you know, when it's all said and done, like, you still a born sinner, you know, you done mess up things, but it was like, I think that dream was saying, okay, now they're attacking my purpose. Because it's a lot of ladies running around out here saying, that's God right there. See, that's God punishing him. You know how many times I had some lady tell me that's karma, or I had some lady just like tell somebody else he going through karma. You know what I'm saying? Because some lady made up some lie. Back in the day, some nigga made up a lie. You know, I feel like it's a real bitch nigga move for a man to see some lady make up a lie about me, and then he actually used the same tactic, but he just used a different type of lie. So he come forth and he say, yeah, that nigga stole from me. Or no, that nigga tried to holler at my cousin. Or no, that nigga tried to holler at my baby mama. Or that nigga tried to holler at my girl. Don't you tell that lie, bro. Don't tell that lie. Be honest. You wanted clout. And you knew that a lot of people was going to back you up because 9 times out of 10, you probably in a gang or something. So a lot of people, I told this nigga Jock yesterday when I was talking to him, I said, bro, even though I've been lied on, it's people that's in certain gangs, they still going to honor that G code even when they find out I got lied on. So when I was in LA, a lot of niggas knew I got lied on. They knew I was being framed. They knew I was being slandered. They knew I got scandalized. They knew I was going through all kind of shit. But they not about to put me before some type of before some code that they honoring. So when I got back to Michigan, as soon as I got back to Michigan, what made me start putting up videos like this was when I saw somebody put some damn red boxers in my in the laundry room in the dryer with my clothes. You know what I'm saying? I sat in that laundry room for over 2 hours waiting for somebody to come and take their clothes out the dryer. It didn't happen. Then I took whoever clothes that was, put them in a plastic bag, put it on top of the dryer because I didn't want to just have their shit laying all over the place. I didn't know whose stuff that was. And then I put my whites in the dryer. I left for 20 minutes and came back and some fucking red boxers is in the motherfucking dryer with my whites. So that means I was being watched. So I said, fuck no. I already know. Somebody reached out to somebody in Michigan. People was already bad talking to me in Michigan. People was bad talking to me to people in Florida and South Carolina. So why would they stop when I go to California? So I was like, no. They reaching out. They got a whole motherfucking, you know, a whole square of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like from Florida to South Carolina to Michigan to California, people lying on me. So somebody reached out and said, lie on this man. Or put that in his possession. So that's why I started making videos like this. Because I said, I'm not about to just sit back and act like this is not happening. And I don't know what's up with that dream about that 2018 Charger RT. You know what I'm saying? My brother was like, hey, I'm about to go to work, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was early in the morning. I walked over. I heard my car start. You know what I'm saying? I was in the house. And it's like I was in a ranch. I was in like it was like a 1-level type of house. And I walked in the back. I heard my car start. I walked in the back. I was somewhere in Detroit, yo. And my car was sitting in the backyard. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, you could tell it had been sitting for years, yo. And I remember saying, I remember like it was a bunch of ice on the window, and I started trying throwing warm water on the ice on the window, and then I realized, oh shit, I could just open up the door. Then I opened up the door, and it was like a plastic black cover over it, and I moved the cover out the way, and I said to myself, I don't know what's in here. Then I just woke up. I woke up, yo. And because I was saying, yo, it could be an animal in here or something. This car been abandoned, this car been, sitting here for years now, sitting in the backyard. And it was like some type of a car that was like lodged in front of it. You know what I'm saying? That was basically parked in front of it on purpose, keeping it from like, you know what I'm saying, going somewhere. But the main reason why I went in the backyard, because I was saying I want to turn off this car because somebody might steal it. So I'm gonna say this: if it's some lady that's that same age as like my grandma, or my rest in peace to my grandma, you know what I'm saying? She was passed away before I was even born. But if it's some lady that's like 50, 60, 70, 80 years old, making up some lie about me, or even in her 40s, making up some lie about me, you wrong for that. And anybody that's a son or a nephew or a boyfriend or a husband, you wrong for that, yo. Like, you wrong for that, for sitting back and watching that lady like make up some lie. Or if it's some brother or some cousin, you wrong for that, Joe. You wrong. But I think it's an older lady somewhere that's way older making up a bold-faced lie about me. And the only way that can get is, I think some lady in California made up a real scandalous lie about me, yo. That nigga Cam hated going over there around Joy Road, because I went over there around that same house. He told me that his brother had passed away, and it was people around there. That nigga, he ain't like nobody over there. To be honest, I wasn't too fond of being around there myself, because I wasn't too fond in that area myself, just because of the story that he told me. He said it was like a robbery or something, like somebody kicked the door in and like ran in his brother's house. Actually did that. So when I was looking around that area, I was like, you already know somebody around here that did it. You know what I'm saying? So, but a lot of stuff has happened, in these last few years of my life. It's a lot of stuff that I believed at first, and I don't believe in no more. Like, at one point in time, I thought my cousin Shamar had it. Like, I thought he had something to do. Like, my cousin was Sean passing away. Like, I don't know who did that, yo. I ain't gonna lie. Like, the story what Sean told me back in the day was this one dude called him out to a fight. He called him out to fight, and the dude didn't fight him. I don't know what happened, yo. To be honest, when I was talking about, just that yesterday, I was asking myself if I should even stay in Michigan for, I don't even think I'm going to stick around too much longer, you know what I'm saying? I am going to go visit a few other family members before I leave here, though. But, a lot of people made lies up about me, yo, especially in Cali. And they was relying on people that was in that gang to cover for them. That's the truth. But God bless to everybody, yo. Everybody who really is helping me out, supporting the cause of, like, actually knowing that there's people lying and making up lies out here, trying to frame me, trying to lie on me, all that shit, yo. It's a lot of foul shit going on. So, on that note, I'm really not good with military time. I think it's Is it 118? It's 1318, whatever that is. I'm not really. I used to be better with military time. God bless to everybody. You feel me? It's July 13, 2025. You feel me? And just trying to figure out what's going on, yo. Trying to figure out what's going on, because I'm real, like, I'm tired of the lies, yo. You know what I'm saying? I'm real tired of, like, a lot of the lies and a lot of the bullshit that's going on. And I'm tired of people feeling like they could just do whatever the fuck they want to do. I think it's somebody lying on me. The whole time I was in Cali, my phone's getting hacked. I think that dream about, like, my Galaxy 15 getting hacked and it being on an actual screen, I think that, and it was like 3 other people in there. It was an older lady, and I was like, you see this shit? Like, yeah, I see it. You know what I'm saying? It was an older lady that saw, like, my phone getting hacked. So, I was just trying to put all that together, you feel me? And I'm gonna just stop the video on that. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to be more honest. You know what I'm saying? Because when I first told that story about that wasp, I said it was a dragonfly. When I was talking about that one lady that worked at that Empress hair store, like, I said that I heard like an evil voice that said, like, you have the power now. It was like a sarcastic voice that said that, they're like, you got the power now. It sounded like a lady or you know, it sounded like a lady that was talking sarcastic to her in a way, to be honest. I never had sex with that lady. I didn't know that lady close enough to even engage in sex with her. That was a lady that was twisting my hair. But it just really made me upset how that lady took a picture of me when I told her not to, and then basically made a mockery of me online. Got me walking around looking like I'm modeling and shit for hairstylists and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I already had people throwing them gay accusations at me and stuff like that. So to do something like that to me, let's say some gay dude come around me and he feel like he could play with me like that, and then I end up killing that man. You know what I'm saying? She ain't gonna say, that lady ain't gonna say nothing. She ain't gonna say nothing. She gonna be somewhere, you know, chilling, laughing at it, watching it on TV. You know what I'm saying? And then people go hit me with a hate crime. And I'm not about to take no gay man life. I'm not about to take nobody's life. Like I said, I'm not homophobic. I just don't like when people try to bring a toxicity to my environment on purpose, just because they probably heard some crazy stuff back in the day or seen something back in the day. They feel like they could play with me like that. No, I'm a grown ass man. Don't play with me, bro. I don't give a fuck who you is, who you know, what you think, what you thought. You know what I'm saying? I don't disrespect anybody. I'm not walking around like, I was never that guy that said I demand respect. I was that guy that said everybody deserves respect until you give me a reason to disrespect you. So I never felt like you got to give respect to get respect. I feel like everybody deserves respect until you give me a reason to disrespect you. Flat out. So I don't walk around like I'm this motherfucking G.I. Joe ass, warrior ass nigga. But at the same time, it get to a point where it's like, you really think, you know, like, you could just keep getting away with this kind of stuff, and it's like this is not gonna be a good outcome for you, no matter who you are. I learned, I'm a human being. I could easily lose my life. I could easily end up in a messed up situation. Easily, yo. I could easily lose a fight. I could easily lose my life. I could easily end up in jail. So I carry myself in a humble way. I be respectful, you know. I carry myself like that. So when people feel like I'm just gonna play with you for no reason, that's what bothers me. And then what pushes me to the point where I just get to a state of carelessness when I realize, okay, when people realize they didn't get a rise out of me, then they'll start attacking the loved ones of mine, the women in my family, my mom or my sisters or some lady that I used to have sex with or was having sex with. They'll do that and then think that they could just keep on playing that kind of game. Or even worse, they'll say, okay, well, now I'm just going to rape you in your sleep. I'm going to take this food that you eat and I'm going to sprinkle something in it. When you go to sleep, you don't know that when you go to sleep, whatever that shit that we put in your food is gonna kick in and it's gonna put you into a deeper state of unconsciousness. When you go into a deeper state of unconsciousness, I'm gonna record you, I'm gonna take a picture of you, I'm gonna lie on you, I'm gonna frame you, I'm gonna sabotage you, and then when you wake up and make a video and say that you've been celibate for over 3 years, I'm gonna tell the whole world that you bipolar. And then I'm gonna use somebody that worked for an agency to hinder you and hold you back on purpose. So people will do that kind of stuff, yo. That's a real manipulative chess move. So maybe I'm going to know more in the future on, like, the kind of lies that was told on me and stuff like that. But, you know, right now, I'm just trying to stay safe for myself and my family. That's the main reason why I carry myself in so much of a humble way in California. I wasn't stupid, yo. I saw all the scandalous stuff that was going on around me. I was just asking God for direction and instruction. Like, I saw how much bullshit that I was going through for no reason. No reason. I mean, no reason. I saw how much bullshit I was going through in Carolina for no reason. I saw how much bullshit I was going through in Florida for no reason. I saw how much bullshit I was going through in Michigan for no reason. So when I first got back here in early June, I said, they right back at it. They did it again. The moment I saw a couple looks on people's faces, look, I don't gotta be on Snapchat to know it's a bunch of bullshit being said. I know that it's a bunch of people that got pages on Snapchat or on Twitter or on TikTok somewhere or on Instagram where they be talking to each other about me. I'm not no fool, yo. Just because I don't see that shit don't mean nothing. I'm not about to walk around with this public defender state of mind and say, well, it's not about what you know, it's about what you can prove. Now when I got somebody making up a bold-faced lie about me just because, but again, I also make these videos because it's therapeutic, but mainly specifically this time I had to make this video because I had a dream, like a few hours ago, and I just wanted to speak on it. God bless to everybody. Much love to everybody. God bless to my family, friends, lovers, associates. You know, God bless, to everybody. To any enemies or ops I got, I'm definitely going to know in the future who did me dirty, you know what I'm saying, as far as what God want me to know. I'm definitely going to know, especially when it comes to people like trying to attack like people around me and stuff like that, just because and for no reason. But God recently made it clear to me he got it covered. So ain't no telling what God gonna do in the future. God just, he told me he got it. You know what I'm saying? Put him first and keep on following what God telling me to do. I'm gonna put God first and keep following what God telling me to do. And that's the motive. That's that's the everyday life, goals. Put God first. So I would have rather somebody talk to me directly than believe in something that somebody else said and then just playing some game. Because I feel like that's what I'm doing, what I'm dealing with. Some lady made up a lie about me, and then some nigga, instead of talking to me, he chose to just believe a lie some lady told him, and he played a game. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, it got so bad, dog. When I got lied on so much in California, dog. It got to the point where I said this just a few weeks ago when I first got back to Michigan. I was walking down the street and I saw, and I kind of sort of had PTSD. I saw like 3 young ladies walking. I said, God, please don't let me get lied on. Please don't let me get lied on. You know what I'm saying? Yesterday I was walking down the street. I saw 3 young ladies walking again, but they were older. They had on scrubs. They was actually grown. And I felt more peaceful about that. You know what I'm saying? Because I just been lied on a lot. But a lot of people has tried to make it look like that I was some thirsty ass nigga, or I was some desperate ass nigga, or I just can't be talked to, or I just can't get no conversation, or I just can't get, like, come on, yo. Many of these beautiful ass women that I've been with in the past, some of these beautiful ass ladies that I've been with, yo, like, the truth is a lot of these ladies, they saw some type of a value in me, but some women have saw the value in me, or they just saw something positive about me, something peaceful about me, and they tried to make me look bad to somebody else. And then when that person looked at me from a disrespectful point of view, they tried to go in and try to get somebody to like get my nut and then impregnate themselves, because they said, okay, the only way I can keep all these other ladies away from him is if I make him look like shit first, and then I'm gonna go in for the pregnancy attempt. And then I'm going to make it look like he's some grimy ass nigga that's just running around slanging dick, impregnating ladies left and right, and then running away from everybody. So this is just what I believe has happened. God bless to everybody. I'm sorry to God for cussing all these times and swearing in this video. God forgive me for cussing. In Jesus' name I pray. I'm sorry, God, for cussing. Amen. But God bless to everybody. And if anybody took offense what I'm saying, no offense. Just trying to figure things out. Anybody who been hurt by me, though, my apologies. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just trying to move in a peaceful way. But I'm going to say this again. God, I'm grateful that God told me he got it covered, because when I think about the thought of people like doing the stuff that I think people got away with, the first thing come to mind is revenge. And it's like that careless revenge. But when I think about God, I say, man, let me just put God first and figure out what God gonna do first. And even if God don't get people back there way I would like it for it to happen, I'm going to just chill out and wait for God's timing. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I can end up in a messed up situation easily. And that'll just be that. So I think if somebody lying on me and trying to make it look like that I'm I'm trying to half step, like, look, I've been celibate for 3 years. Can't no lady say that she gave me head. Can't no lady say that she gave me head. Can't no lady say that I ate her pussy. Definitely can't no nigga. Look, as long as I've been living, I have never in my life been anally penetrated. If this a video of something going around of somebody doing that to me, I was unconscious. I was literally unconscious, yo. And I don't mean that I was asleep. No, I mean somebody put something in my food and knocked me unconscious due to whatever chemical or poison that they put in my food or drink. You know what I'm saying? So can't no man say that he's doing anything with me or did anything with me. That's why on the 29th of June, I woke up feeling like, yo, if it was just a dream, cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt myself ejaculating, but I wasn't dreaming. I didn't see anything. I was just asleep, and I felt myself ejaculating. So when I woke up, I said, damn, that wasn't a dream. That actually happened. And that's what made me paranoid. You know what I'm saying? So, I I thought that it was possibly just some lady doing witchcraft on me somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Some lady trying to do witchcraft. Like, I thought that it was some lady that I used to talk to back in the day that was just, I don't know, doing some of that stuff actually exists, yo. I don't mess around with none of that. I worship God, yo. I don't pray to any other existence than God. You know what I'm saying? I never even talk to Jesus. I just pray in Jesus' name. So after I'm done talking to God, I just say in Jesus' name. You know what I'm saying? I love Jesus, but I'm not about to be talking to Jesus. Like, prayer is a form of worship. So I'd rather just let that form of worship be directed to the one existence only. You know what I'm saying? And that's God. You feel me? So, on that note, yo, can't none of these ladies say that I played with I played with they pussy or anything. Nothing, yo. I'm not gonna lie, since I've been back in Michigan, it's been a couple times I almost went and got me a bottle of liquor. I almost went and got me some weed. I almost, went and fuck with some hoe. I mean, I almost went and just went somewhere where a bunch of ladies was at, get their number or whatever. I could have done that easily, yo. Like, I could have easily talked to some lady that stay around here, got her number. I was talking to this lady a couple weeks ago, this light-skinned lady, this older lady. You know what I'm saying? She gave me her number. I ain't even call her. She wrote her number down on the paper. I ain't even call her. No disrespect to her, but I told her, ain't no point, because if I mess around and get around you and I find out that, you got a nice body and all of that, and, you know what I'm saying, I might come to your place one day chilling and I just might try to fuck. I'm honest enough with myself. Like, I could have easily talked to some lady around here by now, or talked to some lady at the grocery store, at a gas station, got her number, blase, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Before you know it, she could have been pulling up on me. Hey, let's go get a room somewhere. Let's go here. Let's go there. Easily. You know what I'm saying? I could have done that. God bless to everybody, yo. I'm not doing that, though. I'm trying to figure out what God's telling me to do. And sometimes that could be confusing. So I'm not stuck on what everybody else think. I'm just stuck on what God is telling me to do. And I'm trying to figure that out first and foremost. You feel me? I found out that I was part of the 144,000 Israelites when I turned 30 years old, yo. And it's been crazy before then, but it's been even more crazy ever since. And right after I got baptized on the 28th of July of 2024, it got even more crazy. Because right after that, I caught a cold. You know what I'm saying? And I went and got some NyQuil, and I think somebody spiked that NyQuil. You see how the devil work? So it's definitely something that it's something that the devil is trying to keep away from me, and it's something that God is doing that the devil is trying to stop. It's not me, it's God purpose. So, like I said, I know we in our last days. I think the devil just keep on trying to stop God, because sooner or later, whether it's 100 years from now, 1,000 years from now, one day, God is literally going to get rid of the devil for good. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's when everybody go actually be able to be perfected. I don't think anybody, any man or any woman, go ever be able to make this whole world just world peace. I don't believe that's, because we are born sinners. I think it's going to always be the haves and have-nots. I think it's going to always be good and bad times. I just believe that. That's just what I believe. So all I can do is just ask God, hey, what is it do you want me to, what is it that I got to do? You know what I'm saying? And then I go with that. God bless everybody. You feel me? I think it's 1:33 or 13:33 o'clock, whatever military time is. I just turned my phone over to military time, and I don't even remember the option of it. I've been talking for like an hour, yo. It's July 13, 2025, though. God bless to everybody. One love to everybody. And again, I'm just enjoying this time of being single right now, because God told me just enjoy this time of being single right now. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's hard to enjoy a lot of stuff, feeling like it's a bunch of people attacking me or people that I'm related to or trying to make things worse, I'm just enjoying this time of being single right now and figuring out what God's telling me, because it's probably something deeper that God want me to understand and want me to know. So I'm just enjoying this, you feel me? But yeah, I could still be a flirt. I still converse with, people and, hold conversations. I just don't have sex. I'm not even gonna lie. What's so crazy is I watched a porno earlier today. You know what I'm saying? Looking at these ladies squirting and stuff, and then I just got off of it and then repented. Like, man, no, man, let me get off that. You know what I'm saying? Looked at a couple Instagram models, liked a couple pictures. Like I said, sometime when I be stressing, I work out. Sometime when I be stressing, it being that I no longer have sex to relieve stress, sometimes I still just treat it like it's a gateway. You know what I'm saying? So a gateway drug. You know what I'm saying? You know how weed could be a gateway drug to more things? Sometimes watching porn could be that gateway to, like, you know, I could look at some of these ladies squirting and stuff, and then I can go outside. Some lady could come up to me. She could get to talking to me. She could tell me she a squirter, or she be creaming and squirting and stuff. And next thing you know, I'll be wondering what that feel like, what that look like. And you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, I want to see what that feel like and what that look like. So I'll be thinking that all this started when I started talking to that lady. No, all that started when I started watching that porno, or you know what I'm saying? When I started looking at that lady on that flick. So that's why I repented earlier. So God bless to everybody, yo. I just had to share what I just dreamed about. And it was only like a 1 hour nap. You know what I'm saying? I'll sleep for like an hour. So, if it's anybody saying that they've been impregnated by me or something like that, they lying on me. If it's somebody, oh my God, man, if it's some man running around talking about me in a sexual way, please let me know, somebody. Because I'm stopping this. I'm stopping this for real. I'm stopping it. If there's some video going around somewhere, I was drugged. But the main thing that I wanted to speak on, man, let me just make it was a dream that I had, yo. The main thing I wanted to speak on was that dream that I had. I think God is just talking to me about that lie that was told on me. I think the main thing that registered with me the most is my Galaxy 15 being hacked. That Charger, 2018 Charger RT. And I kept trying to figure out why was it the front of the car that had it was the driver's side that had like ice on it, and it was like the front of the car. It was the front of the car that had like the black cover, like the black plastic cover over. It was the driver's side, I mean, and it had ice on the window. So I don't know. I drove that car in South Carolina. I remember December 2022. I called up my cousin, extra like drunk. Some ladies put something in my drink on that particular day. You know what I'm saying? And those ladies that put something in my drink, they was Bloods or Crips. And I'm gonna say this again. I don't have anything against brotherhoods or sisterhoods or fraternities or gang members or nothing like that. But it do bother me when people start actually directing their attacks toward me. You know what I'm saying? Or making up lies on me, or trying to frame me and sabotage me, and then using the people that you rock with to basically lie on me mode. No, yo. That's when it's a problem. So I'm not homophobic. You know what I'm saying? I'm not homophobic. I don't have anything against gay people, but if that's what you're choosing to do, go ahead and do that. But don't try to actually come around me and make up a lie about me and then attack me with your gay friends. You know what I'm saying? The ladies that I've been with in the past, I've done all kind of stupid shit. I have anally penetrated some of these ladies in the past. You know what I'm saying? But I've never been anally penetrated myself. I'm not gonna lie about that. By no one. I picked up prostitutes in the past. I got tricked by prostitutes sometimes. Sometimes I just made stupid ass bad choices. You know what I'm saying? So I can't judge anybody. Even if I did make a bunch of bad choices, I can't judge anybody. Only God can judge. So I'm not racist toward anybody, man. I got love for all people. I love white people. I love all nationalities of people. Whatever religion you are, that's between you and God. I'm not judging anybody. The only thing that bothers me is when people feel like they can just keep on with the bullshit, though. Like, people feel like, God forgive me for cussing. Jesus' name I pray, amen. When people feel like they can just do whatever they want to do. So, what made me bring up December 2022, because that was when I was in that Charger RT. That was the winter time. So I don't know why it was ice on the window. I don't know, yo. Much love to all y'all ladies though that I be liking on Instagram too, and all the brothers. You know what I'm saying, that I be following. There's a lot of these men, a lot of these niggas, a lot of these brothers, and older dudes that I just probably look at like an older cousin or an uncle. You know what I'm saying? That I be looking at online. Some of them just probably got a motivational story. They got some type of a story that's a testimony or something. So, a lot of people that I followed in the past, they quiet as kept. Some of these people I probably just read about them at one point in time, and I just followed them because it was something that I possibly like respected about them. I'll never tell them directly that, but that's just how I feel about certain people. So people has made up lies about me and try to make it look like I was just perverted all day, every day. Look, everything that I look at online is just all, perverted thoughts. No, yo, some of these people I just respect. Everybody I respect, you know what I'm saying? But some of these people is like, some of these ladies I look at is not, I don't look at them in a lustful way. It's been times a lustful thought probably, crept in, but some of these ladies that I followed on IG in the past, I just had respect for. So, or sometimes it was lust, but I think the ones where it's lust, they know it's lust, because I probably like a video, I like a certain picture or something. So, get off this phone, yo. I'm just talking now. I think it's 140, yo. Like 1340. I think that's 140 military time. July 13, 2025. And when it comes to what I'm working on, I ain't telling nobody what I'm working on. I'm not even, to be honest, I didn't even want to speak on everything that I released in the past, but I feel like God was telling me to do that, because I'm doing things God's way, not my way. If it was up to me, I would have never told nobody I was working on a certain business. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the family members of mine that I talked to in the past, I would have never said nothing to nobody. You feel me? God bless, though. Say, Jay, yo. Let's stop this shit.